Hi folks, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And I haven't been recording for a little while, but probably a couple of weeks I think. But we've just been on a lovely holiday for about 3 days in Balranald in New South Wales. I'll show you where that is in a minute. Meeting up with family, some coming from Canberra, some coming from Renmark, and us coming from Adelaide. And we've done this 2 or 3 times now, and we try and catch up with our relatives who are scattered around somewhere in the middle of Australia, or in the middle of our 3 locations, usually on the Murray River or on the Murrumbidgee River or somewhere else. And we've just had a lovely holiday for 3 or 4 days and at Balranald in New South Wales, which is on the Murrumbidgee River. I'll just see if I can get into the share the screen with you and show you a map of where we went to. So let me just have a go here. Share the screen. Okay, so now you should be able to see that picture there of here's Adelaide over here, if you can see where I'm moving the pointer over here on the left hand side, and the route that and Balranald is over here in New South Wales, and this is Adelaide, of course, in South Australia, and over in that direction is Sydney, and down here is Melbourne, and down here is Tasmania, and up there is Queensland and the Northern Territory up there. So you actually go through 3 states. You go through Victoria to start with, and then you cross the river and you get into New South Wales, where the river is the border. The Murray River is the border. That squiggly line there is the Murray River, and there's a river that goes along here, which is an offshoot of the Murray River called the Murrumbidgee, that goes all the way into Canberra. And so there's different routes you can go. Normally we would go this way, which is a little bit quicker than going this way, but my wife comes from Renmark, so we decided to stay at Renmark on the way through, which is about there, I think, yeah. So we left here from Adelaide, and we stayed overnight at Renmark, and then the next day we drove on all the way to Balranald. We actually came home this way through Pinaroo, which is a bit shorter. This way is 5 hours and 47 minutes. That way is 6 hours and 5 minutes in total. So we broke the journey up on the way over, but came straight back on the one day. You can go a really longer way down here, but that wasn't part of our agenda. So that's give you some idea of where Balranald is. And it's a beautiful little country town, lots of attractions there. And one of the big features of the town is the frogs, the southern bell frog. And there are lots of little quirky statues around the city, around the town, of the southern bell frog, which is quite common in that area. And so I'll include a few photos. I'm going to show you, I'm going to just record this intro, and then I'm going to start loading up photos and videos into the into iMovie, and then send it up to YouTube for you. Some of the highlights of the trip were the very first morning we woke up in the caravan park. We stayed in the Balranald Caravan Park, which is a beautiful little park on the banks of the Murrumbidgee, and we had this beautiful fog that morning. So I captured a lot of fog shots, and then we also went out to Wanga Station. I think it's called Wanga Station, or Yanga Station. I think it'll be Yanga Station, I don't know. Anyway, you'll see that as we go, which is a historic sheep station, and we went out there. We also went to a weir, where there was lots of floodwaters on the sides of the road on the way in. And so both in the caravan park and on our trip out to that weir, some beautiful reflection shots. So I was using a couple of cameras, or maybe 3 or maybe 4. I had my Olympus OMD EM5 Mark II, mirrorless micro four thirds camera. I had the Canon 700D fitted with a 40mm pancake lens, and also Nikon D5200 with a standard lens, and I don't think I used the zoom lens on that one. And also had a Pentax film camera, a Pentax Super Program or Super A film camera, and I experimented with that a bit, but you won't see those shots for a while. So there you go. That's my intro to this, and I'll segue into this from here. Go on to iMovie and load up lots of these photos and videos for you to enjoy. Hopefully I'll be able to keep it down. It won't be too long, but you'll find it's an interesting place. I'll put a link also underneath to a previous trip where I wrote about Balranald on my blog. I'll put a link to that so you can see a few photos there. That you might see some of those repeated here today. So my combination of photos and videos on this particular video will be stuff from a few years back when we went there before. Stuff, that's not a good word, is it, to use for a professional YouTuber? Anyway, there'll be vision from previous trips to Balranald, and we'll put that on there, combine it with some of the vision from this trip. So I hope you enjoy. I'll probably add some commentary to the movie as I go through it. So at the end, I might do a little sign off on this and say thanks for watching, and like if you like, and subscribe if you wish. So here we go. We'll go straight on into the to the rest of the video now. So here we are in Balranald with my favourite friend, the southern bell frog. These frogs are everywhere, all over the town, and they are there because the southern bell frog is endangered in some parts of the country, I think, but very common in that area there. So it's a bit of a mascot of the town, and you'll see lots of frogs all over the place. A lot of art and craft in Balranald, and you'll see some beautiful little shops. This one in particular is Lay G's. There you go, Lay G's gift shop and furniture shop, and some beautiful merchandise in there. And we found it really great to go in there and look around and buy some things. And the lady who owns that and runs it is a very lovely lady. So enjoy the gift shop as you can all the other bookshops. Now we'll see what's coming up here. Here's some of those famous frogs again. They feature well in the town. There's a lot of good video at the end of this, towards the end of this, of galahs in the morning and evening, and campfire scenes and fog scenes and reflections. So stay tuned, keep watching, and see if you can go all the way through. There's some more of the things for sale in Lay G's, and it's really a wonderful place. Now this little bookshop here, this is raises money, and you've got to get a key from next doors to get in. They raise money for cancer, and it's a fantastic little bookshop. And I resisted temptation to buy any books in there because I've got so many here, but one of our party bought a few paperbacks to take home with her, and it's right next door to Lay G's gift shop. There we are, the big read, can assist. What an armful. The old theatre there. This is a craft shop that's in the town. And the famous eagle, wrought iron eagle made out of all sorts of tools and bolts and things. That's at the Interpretive Centre, which also does a very good breakfast in the mornings. And there's one of those famous artistic frogs. They're everywhere. In fact, you can go on a frog trail. The food in Balranald is excellent, no matter where you get it from. We haven't tried every place, but just about. We've been there about 3 times. There's just a few street scenes around the town. Very much a beautiful country town. Very friendly people. Very artistic, very creative. Who would think to do that on a fence in the middle of the town? Put some cups there for a bit of colour and a bit of excitement. Map of the town. It's very beautiful area. Lots of rivers going. There's about 5 rivers in the area there, and well worth a visit. Yanga National Park is the place I was trying to think of earlier, and there'll be some shots here coming up of the Yanga woolshed, and which some of them were taken this time around. I think most of them were probably taken the last time around, that when we were there in 2018. So have a look at that when we get to that. As a bit of history about that building across the road there, this is the local RSL, a return serviceman's place, where we had lots of nice meals in there, or we have had, and we did while we were there too. And that's where I bought this book that I'm going to do a review in the next video at the Balranald News Agency. This is opposite the caravan park. It's an old hotel by the looks of things. Quite run down, but an interesting building. It'd be nice to know the history of it. This is the entrance to the caravan park. I'm going to put a link underneath to the caravan park, and I'll be sending a copy of this, a link to this video to the caravan park. It's a beautiful scenic place. Some of these photos look a bit saturated in colour because I was using the Olympus OMD EM Mark V II, and I had it on a setting which gave saturated colours, and I couldn't quite work out how to turn it off. I have since done that. But you'll see some shots, particularly some reflections later on in the water on the way out to a weir, that are a little bit overdone and not quite as good. Not every photo in this presentation is perfect, but anyway, it's to give you an idea and to whet your appetite to go and stay in Balranald and explore the area and enjoy the hospitality of the people of Balranald, in particular the caravan park. They're lovely people there. Anna and Debbie are the two people we've had dealings with, and very nice staff, and they look after you there. Foggy morning. First morning we woke up was all this fog everywhere. That was the night when we arrived. But then you'll see some shots in a minute of some fog, and you'll see some video in the fog. And I'm going to leave my commentary there and just let you watch the rest of it and try and work out for yourself what's going on. I'll put some notes in the comments underneath, in the preamble or post-amble underneath the video on YouTube. So I'll leave you to it now so you can keep watching the rest of it. You might want to skip through it, it's fairly long. Beautiful shots of some of these trees in the water. Normally, of course, this water is not in flood like that. All those trees are there, but the water was almost up to some of the cabins because the whole river area is in flood at the moment. Look at that. That is absolutely beautiful. Make a nice print, that one. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. You can watch them at your leisure and wind your way on, fast forward if you're getting bored, and find the bits that you like. So thanks for watching.
Did you see one then?
Hey?
He's going to go with the 25 tonight. That's what he's on. And then it's time that we're going to make 25. So we have another 25 tonight, and then we'll go to 4.5 tonight. Which is what we think that's bad because she didn't eat last night. So we can...
Well, there you are. I hope you enjoyed that video about our trip to Balranald. I've just recorded also, or about to record, a review of a book that I bought in Balranald in New South Wales, and also another book that I have here all about Australian frogs. You might have piqued your interest in frogs by learning about the southern bell frog. So I'll do a separate review of these two books. One is about an Australian artist, and the other one is a handbook on Australian frogs. So look out for that one. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. As I said before, like if you like, subscribe if you wish, and I'll see you in the next video.